Hello everybody, well today I've decided to come to Glodwick. I've been dying to come here for a while. I wanted to start with this. It's been turned into a mosque, but this is one of the old cooperative buildings. Look at this one was built in 1889 and it's actually very grand, isn't it? Look at it. One of the reasons why I wanted to come and do Glodwick, obviously it's a big area in Oldham, but in terms of history, very rich in history. It's probably one of the only areas in Oldham, apart from maybe Coppice, to a certain extent, where they haven't come in, i.e. the authorities. They haven't come in and done mass demolition and, you know, basically changed the area. So Glodwick is a fantastic place to come and film, because it shows the proper old Oldham, you know. So what I'm going to do, if there's something to talk about I will, but this is basically just going to be a walk around the street, so we'll look at some interesting buildings and see what we can find. So I've just walked up and I'm on the corner of Latimer Street. Look at these pigeons here. What's that silly bugger doing? Yeah, she's not having any of it, mate. Anyway, I just saw this building. I think it's being used as a shop now. I'm just having a look at it, just see if there's any clues as to what it was. Maybe this was another co-op. Excuse me. Just trying to see. Sometimes you can see, you know, it's definitely been, yeah, I think I think this must be an old co-op. There's actually something written above this one here, look. It says AD. Must have had the date. Maybe on this side here it had the date, but up there it says AD. If you can make that out. Oh, pigeons all over it. Right, we're going to keep walking up and see what we can find. Wait, look, I found it. 1898, AD 1898. So yeah, I'm going to say this was definitely an old cooperative building. I think most of the interesting buildings though that we'll find, look at that beautiful doorway. Most of the interesting buildings that we're going to find, I think, is going to be on the main road. The main road through, you know, the shopping bit. So I'm going to make my way down there, and there is actually a couple of buildings I do want to show you, so back shortly. Excuse me. That shop looks nice. I love how all the shops in the Asian areas, they're all set out with beautiful fruit and veg. And listen, I've just found this building. Now, I've looked at this one before, and this is one of the reasons why we came down to Waterloo. I wanted to have a good look round it. I think it's being used as a mosque, although I'm not 100% sure. Oh, is it maybe for parties with all the lights? I don't know, but usually on these buildings, these old buildings, you get these foundation stones. And I think there are some here on the side. So we'll have a look at them and I'll do some research, but Miss S.J. Buckley. Mrs. S. Freeman. Mr. Matthew. Can't work that out. Mrs. George Wright, James Buckley, Mrs. Benjamin Wright, and this guy must have been a big, what do they call it? You know, he must have given a lot of money to get that size of stone, I would imagine. Benjamin Wright, I'll find out who he is. 27th of September 1902, and there's some more here. Ah, it's Islamic educational and cultural. Yeah, so it's being used, which is great. So James Halliday, Superintendent Minister. I wonder what this building's original purpose was. There's nothing to suggest. There's nothing that tells you. Let's have a look at the front of it. Right, let's walk up Waterloo and go to the church at the top. We'll have a look around that. Look at this. This must be like an old, obviously that's the church, but this is a separate building. Maybe this was like I'm guessing maybe a Sunday school or something like that. It's a builder's merchants now. Let's just have a look down here and see if there's any clues. Look at that, it's had the old it's gone everywhere else, but still some remains. There's a big tanker thing in front, so you can't see, but I'd suggest definitely some sort of church hall or Sunday school. If anyone knows, let me know. Right, let's get round the front. Now this church features a lot in the research that I do. Now, I suppose it's a bit of a dead fact really, because I can't give you, for instance, but there are a lot of I love these. Look at these. Look how they're all carved out. Look. And that beautiful, beautiful gate. Look at that. Wow. And all of that you're looking at there wouldn't have been produced by machines, literally with someone's hands. An old blacksmith years ago. Look at this. I think they're amazing. Look at this beautiful stained glass windows. Now, sadly, this church, I think it's called St Thomas's, isn't it? So I'll find out. I'll look it up in a second. But this church is closed. There's just no need for it, I don't think, around here, unfortunately. But you know, that's as it is. I just hope that it gets turned into something so we don't lose the building, basically. I mean, look at that. You can see just about, I think that's, look at that. I'd love to go inside here and have a look at those windows with a light coming through. Can you imagine? Let's get round the front. Oh, we can get in there. Right, I'm going on site. You see these? What are these? I've never seen out like that before. Fellow must need. Look. And they're all carved out as well. I wonder what the purpose was. And they're not for cleaning your shoes, obviously. And they're obviously not the gates, because they're the gate posts. Again, look, another beautiful set of gates. Let's have a look round here. Look at these. These old steps. Beautiful red door. It's a bit of a shame as well. This building here, in fact we'll go to it. It suffered a fire not long ago. Now they've obviously erected scaffolding, I'm assuming, to carry out some repairs. More gates. Probably shouldn't be in here really, but I'm going to film it. So if that would have been, maybe this was a school or something then. What? It's a massive, massive church, this one. You weigh up the size of the church, the building on the back and this building. You know, there's a lot going on. Look, I've just found a stone. Now this stone definitely would have had some information on it from when the church was built. But over years, the weather's just worn it down to nothing. Pretty boring fact there for you, but you know, sod it, I'll show you anyway. Right, I'm going to walk down and we'll see what's what on Glodwick Road. I think this is now. Yeah, Glodwick Road. Oh God, it's so bloody cold. So Glodwick has a very interesting history, Glodwick, because obviously, you know, it was a heavily populated area for hundreds of years. You know, originally it would have housed mill workers, and also not only just mill workers, but also some quite influential people that have lived on Glodwick over the years, mainly around the Waterloo area. Sydney Stott, Sir Sydney Stott, the famous mill architect of Oldham. His first mill was Cheriton, but he designed and built loads of mills around Oldham, and he was made a Sir. And he lived on Waterloo Street at the bottom. Now, if you go down to the bottom, we've not gone there today, but there's some buildings on the left-hand side, just before the new builds, at the very bottom near the roundabout. And it's, I think it's the house he lived in. Unfortunately isn't there now, but the next one along is still there, so you can see what the houses will look like. But they were magnificent, big, massive houses. So this Glodwick would have housed people of all, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't think today, me, you know, my head's bloody gone. People of all, you know, poor, rich, poor, whatever. You know what, we'll take a walk through here. So, I'm informed that in the 60s, the area was heavily populated with Polish people. Now Oldham has got a massive, well, did have a massive Polish population. I don't know where them people have gone now, i.e. the next generations, maybe, you know. And then when a lot of people came over, emigrated over from Pakistan and India, I imagine, and various other places, you know, they come here to work in the mills. And that's when all the Asian families that came over working in the mills, they then started to buy up the property, and then over time it's just become a heavily populated Asian area. Look at that old, that's beautiful. Look, the drawers are here and everything. That's really nice. How would you throw that out? Just look, it's dovetail joints as well. Proper handmade. Oh well. I mention all of that is because people like to say, or have said in the past, I don't know if they're saying it anymore, but oh, you can't go around Glodwick, it's a no-go area, and that probably stems from all the trouble, you know, from the riots that took place in was it in the 90s? Or was it early? Yeah, it was the 90s, weren't it? Was it? But anyway, all I can tell you is, you know, I've come for a walk around Glodwick today, and well, there's not a lot of people in the street because obviously people are only coming out for exercise, but the people I've seen have been perfectly pleasant. You know, all smiles, people are happy. no one said anything about not coming round here or anything like that. You know, it's been a very nice, interesting walk. I'm sorry that I've not really been able to bring you any more history, really. That's what I wanted to do. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a residential area, so there's not going to be that much in terms of big building. Obviously, we're back at the cooperative where I've parked. But anyway, I hope it was an interesting video for you. You know, I wanted to come out and do a walk. I've been meaning to walk around Glodwick for a while. I think it's the first time in my life I've ever done it, apart from driving through here, of course. And yeah, nice place, beautiful houses. I think these houses are absolutely stunning. You know, I think these houses here are probably, looking at how the brick and how they're designed and whatever, I reckon they're probably late 1800s, maybe a bit earlier than that. So yeah, we'll call it quits at that. I'll get this video edited up and put it up for you, and hopefully hopefully you like it. Thanks for watching. Look at this, everybody. I was just leaving and I happened to drive down this road in an effort to turn around, really, and I found this place. But look, it's Ukrainian. Wow. Ukrainian church. Look at that beautiful wall. That's some fancy brickwork, that, innit? Someone's left a bottle of piss on the floor there, or oil. It's probably oil, isn't it? Which probably was one of the main entrances. This is completely overgrown. How nice. Jesus. That. Wow. Aquatic wildlife. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go and get some Kentucky, I think.